I was going to do that, but
Uh-oh.
hey everybody, welcome to Grady Point Live. I want to let everybody know, just so we're fully invested and aware, that once again, as a promise to everybody in the chat, there will be no
fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
I love that clip so damn much.
Just want to let everybody know that Stream Elements bot running.
Can you all hear me?
No, yes,
Oh, barely.
Okay.
A little bit.
just lean into it, baby. Everything's gonna be okay. Isn't that right, Piper?
Yeah.
That's right. That's saying. Don't spit on your mic now. Yeah, don't do that. That's nasty. And we're trying to, social distance and all that good stuff.
Is this better?
Wow, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason, even though I had the headphones plugged in, I was using the laptop speaker.
That happens a lot.
I'm sorry we blew out your speakers.
It's okay.
It's whatever. So yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? We had an interesting day. We were setting up the mailing list for something later tonight. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
That
Nudge,
is
nudge, say no more. No.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That means sign in for the mailing list for Peregrine, which is in the description below. And Seth is being nice enough to show it in the chat.
What? Seth is doing his job. That's awesome.
This is stuff that you will only get from the mailing list.
Mm-hmm.
Just once.
I am now on a stay-at-home order till June 10th.
Whoa.
Yeah, good old Governor Coonman has issued for June 10th.
Jesus. Well, everybody's got till April 30th.
Oh yeah,
now.
he's Governor Blackface, isn't he?
Yep, and his nickname in VMI was Coonman.
Oof.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, we're under we're in a stay-at-home order. Essentially, unless you're essential personnel or you have to go to like doctor's appointments or go to the go to the grocery store, et cetera, then you ain't supposed to be going out, kind of thing.
At least we're not as bad as Maryland, though, where it's up to 1 year in prison and a $5,000 fine for breaking the stay-at-home order.
Yeah, you know what's a great idea? When you got a pandemic going around, put everybody in a closed space.
Yeah.
Great idea. Good job, guys.
Lucky me, I'm considered essential personnel.
I don't buy this 1 minute.
You sit on a throne of lies, sir.
Insert out.jpg.
Did you see? I saw the other day there was this. I think it's like a store. What do you call it? It's a trade-in store, kind of like GameStop and stuff like that. And of course, they can't do anything right now, except like curbside and whatever. And they showed a thing where it says like, well, we're in the middle of basically the middle of a lockdown, so we just made a throwing out of our old PS2s.
Yeah, I saw that. That was actually a GameStop. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, if it was nothing going on, and the only way you can do, I mean, you might as well have some fun while you're in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'd be building like a fort because I know we had a lot of boxes, like
empty cardboard boxes. Yeah,
empty cardboard boxes or boxes where we would have to make like for trading systems and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd make a fort.
Oh yeah.
I'd break out like the toy guns, like the working Mega Man blaster thing, and just start like target practice.
Just bring Nerf guns to work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, what are you going to do with all those unsold used copies of last year's Madden?
Right.
True.
I'd say make them sharpen their edges and make them like death discs.
I actually kind of like that. Some places are are saying they're gonna lock you up for not locking yourself up, while other places are saying we are no longer locking people up for shit. And other places are going, we're actually emptying our prisons.
Yeah, New York had 8 convicted pedos escape.
P to the E to the D to the O.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't say the word because.
Oh yeah, Google likes them.
Naughty, bad people.
Yeah. I understand not wanting to spread the virus, but isn't locking people up a bit extreme? Yeah. I mean, that's the
On
thing.
the flip side, I think the whole we're not even gonna come out for certain calls is a bit
Yeah,
fucked
Cincinnati.
up too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not
Oh,
even gonna
man.
respond anymore. Like that's a bit fucked too.
And
Yeah.
they're not the only one. I think
Yeah.
Connecticut or something else just did that too. And I'm just like, this is not a good idea.
A lot of places are doing versions of it, but Cincinnati has been one of the main ones to just be like, we just don't give a shit in general. Fuck y'all. You're on your own.
Third time.
Yep, you're on your own. Fuck it.
In the before times, before the empire. I don't know, man. It's gonna get better, but it's I think it's kind of one of those things. It's gonna get worse before it gets better,
Yeah.
But we're gonna get it through it because we are who we are. We're enterprising people. I mean, we even got us a roof Korean tonight. So
Ooh, Koreans in the house. We're on top of it.
It said my county got an F for social distance. I am waiting for. I know it's coming. As of right now, my county still has 0 cases.
Mine has 8, but the county just north of me went from like 100 to over 1,000 in like a week.
Wow.
Yeesh.
I'm 2 counties south of Fairfax, which is just like the politics plague central. So, they go south once things go bad north. And
yeah. Well, I think the problem I just read on my, like I said, I don't want to run this down about talking about, that all night, but I just read on one of my alerts that there was a bus driver in Durham, which is 60 miles away from me, that had the Wu flu and was still driving around.
Oh, geez.
Was symptomatic and was
Awesome.
still driving around. Yes.
oh my God.
Freaking
That's like
awesome.
to
Jeez.
me that's like the idiots who are that lady who coughed on 35,000 worth of produce.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, you want to know how you deal with people who cough on produce? Oh yeah, you're gonna love this. Copy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you deal with people when you see them coughing on. Or wait a minute, let me say this right: koofing on produce. More likely response is going to get worse as people run around like chickens with their heads cut off. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends on the people. Like where I live, it's like, yeah, you got these people who are running out like buying, striking paper, as they say around here, and
At least we're not as bad as New York or Florida. I mean, Miami, they kept spring break going, so
Yeah.
all right. Let me share this. Hey, it's Red Gaze. What's going on, brother? How you doing in chat? Where's that? Here we go. This is how you deal with somebody who's screwing around. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's how you deal with that shit. Watch it again. You know what? Third time's a charm. You see somebody spitting on shit? Do
Get
that.
'em.
Yeah. Smack around a little bit.
Got to use your strong hand too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lady's getting hit with a terrorist charge. I have no sympathy.
Right.
I think that should have been going on for anybody that fucks with food in stores and shit like that to begin with.
These idiots going
Mhm.
around licking toilet seats and
You
Yeah,
hear that one social media influencer
yeah.
who, he got it from licking the toilet. I'm like, that's Darwin in action.
Yeah.
But remember, like, it's last year started off with the big craze was fucking licking ice cream and shit.
Yeah, going and licking
putting it back.
putting it back up. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why I'm happy. It's like, obviously I don't like, and nobody likes doing what we're having to do right now. Staying indoors staying at home. And doing shit like that. Nobody likes to do that. By nature, we are. Most of us are social beings. We do like to get out once in a while, but at the same time, when you're going around and you're trying to prove a point and you're going around hacking and coughing, even if you're faking it to, get on the news or whatever. And then I have no problem with that being declared a terrorist action.
Mm-hmm. I sent an image in the Discord. Thought it was appropriate.
Okay. Just put that up while I will pull that up.
Kingdom?
That's pretty fair right there. Let me pull this up, put this in here.
I was unemployed for 8 years, so this is exactly what I was doing during that time.
From like him, Amir, Hail graded 0.5. Hello. We love you, brother.
Hail.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Paste. Zoop. And share screen. There it is. There we go. For you, social distancing and prolonged isolation and quarantine due to the coronavirus pandemic was the most frustrating time of your life. Well, for me, it was Tuesday. I mean, that was like my thing when they said said that might happen. I said, "Oh, you mean I have to go back to the neat life?"
I've always been in it, so.
So
That was funny because in January I decided, you know what, I'm going to do some work. I don't care what I do, just I need to work. I need to make money, right?
Yeah.
And of course, y'all know I was doing Uber, I was doing Lyft, I started doing DoorDash. Making pretty decent money.
Yeah.
And then all this happened.
No,
I mean,
you can still do it through like Uber Eats and stuff.
Well, I can do
Yeah.
DoorDash. Uber Eats isn't available here. For some stupid reason. Uber is, but Uber Eats isn't. That makes sense, right? I can do DoorDash, but the problem with DoorDash is there's this weird thing. If your area is not busy, you can't do anything. It's literally got to be busy before they let you do something. It's kind of
See, the thing that's annoying for me isn't the self quarantine or the stay at home orders and stuff, because that's not new for me.
Yeah.
What's making it annoying is that everybody else is also staying at home, so I don't have my me time. So
oh yeah, exactly.
That's what's making it annoying.
Well, you know what you need to do is you got to create a quarantine for your quarantine.
Yeah.
And how you do that is you basically you tell the lad, okay, from the hours of X to X, you stay here.
No, Piper, your toys, they thank you for that.
Well, they shouldn't technically thank me. They should thank everybody else.
Good night, everybody.
We just got started.
Yeah, exactly. We're just getting started. Woo.
I'm earning double what I used to earn on DoorDash. Yeah, I would love I would love to be able to earn something on. I mean, I would go out and do it, because that is what they call essential right now, right?
Yeah.
But every time I pull my app up, it says it's not busy in your area. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, unfortunately, DoorDash and Uber Eats don't deliver to my area. So, yeah.
Unfortunately, they deliver to my area, but Popeyes isn't signed with any of them, and I'm pissed.
That's technically getting groceries, yo.
Yep.
You're getting food. It's essential.
You can always identify as a bear. Then you can list yourself as bear essential. Convince white girls to have sex with you.
Wow.
But they have to be Canadian, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is no Native American here tonight. So if you wonder where Mike is, he's having problems with his computer. So just FYI.
Hail, Perth.
Yeah. What's DoorDash? DoorDash is a delivery service. Basically, they'll say, "Hey, fam, you go get this. It's either already prepaid or we're going to let you use the debit card that we gave you to pay for it." and then you get paid to deliver it to the person. I was going to ask, Man in Lunacy, since you do it, is everything that you do now touchless? Because that was the last thing I had got, that basically they were converting over to touchless, where you just drop it off, essentially. If you get what I'm saying, like drop it at the front door or something like that.
Driverless delivery.
Yeah. They call it touchless delivery. Yeah.
Mhm.
And Instacart's on strike. Y'all know if you heard about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Amazon walked out. The warehouse workers walked out.
Oh shit. Well,
I mean, honestly, good for them. But
yeah, good for them. I hope my wallet gets delivered.
right?
Well,
I'm like,
basically, they chose the exact right time to do it because,
Mhm.
stuff needs to be delivered, and now they're just telling Bezos to go screw. So
Mhm.
they want better working conditions.
Well, I can agree with that.
Mhm.
This is Amazon, the biggest, retail distributor in the world. I
Yeah.
think they should be able to source some things to help people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can get behind that. So seriously, you can still order stuff. It just might take a little longer to get there. That's all. And plus, you don't know which warehouse it was. Because there's the main big boy warehouse, and then there's ones all over the place. Like the ones here in North Carolina, they haven't been touched in like a week, right? Because those people they sent them home. So.
And besides that, Amazon's been out of everything that I have been looking for on there anyway. So I guess it's not going to affect me that much.
I mean, the only thing that I said to people who are like, married or couples right now, like especially male, female, there's going to be a big baby boom in the next 9 months.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Set of boomers.
Yep.
Someone said their generation is going to be called the Covennials.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Ooh, maybe they'll call them the Coomers.
Okay, Coomer.
Yay! Coomers.
But yeah, I could. Now that I what, I need to talk to Lunacy. I'm gonna talk to you in private about how to schedule, because I did start doing it, so I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it. I made like a total of like 20 deliveries, and then I just kind of like, because everything went sideways, and so it became a. You can ask Piper. Last week, basically my whole afternoons were scavenging. Well, yeah, and Xavier too. He was with me on most of those because he was like on voice chat.
Yep.
Just going to what I spent like 5 hours one day looking for toilet paper.
Yeah, about that.
I love that Costco is not taking returns on toilet paper, paper towels, or like sanitizer and stuff.
Same with Sam's too. They're doing the same thing. Like this. Hell yeah, my wife and I are working on it now. Oof. He says, I say we're going to see more divorces than anything. I guess that's true. You find out who you're really living with at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, spending 24 hours with you is just a fucking...
Especially if you're both non-essential.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Like the kid I own, his
Mhm.
wife is essential because she's a manager at a grocery store.
Yeah.
But he was working the same job I was. So he's been at home
Mhm.
all day for the past like 2 weeks now.
He's
He's like-
0.5 from the absolute shit live streams happening now. I don't know what's happening right now, brother, but we're gonna get entertaining right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So let's
Batman
start.
High.
Let's start with some cocaine. Yeah.
You want some cocaine?
Let's start with
Cocaine.
that.
Okay.
Cocaine.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was gonna show your favorite person's tweets, but you know what? Since it was asked for,
Well,
Cocainum.
if we're gonna look at some of my favorite person's tweets, I definitely gonna need that cocaine.
Cocaine.
you need some manly men too.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Vi har mænd, manlige mænd.
Wow.
Vi har mænd, manlige mænd.
Wow.
Vi har mænd, manlige mænd.
Oh,
Vi
wow.
har mænd, manlige mænd.
Woo! and just for the sake of it, we should actually illustrate exactly how manly Smiller is.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You're saying I need to play this.
I just like the music from that too.
Oh, somebody said this, so I guess I got to play this again.
Fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
Pulling them all out.
No sod save us.
Oh, you mean this? Oh, it's the Doug Show.
Oh, I forgot we could talk during this.
Right, yeah.
There's no noise. I'm sitting here being quiet instead of saying
And
what I was
if he's watching right now, this is Michael Curtis's reaction.
What's our old friend Shar think of all this?
Oh, Shar? I don't know. Shar might have an opinion. What do you think, Shar?
Remember to social distance by standing at least 2 Smillers apart.
I don't know. Is that going to be enough?
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe 2.5.
2.5 dollars at least.
2.5.
Oh, and by the way, in case anybody's wondering, we're going to check in with Antonio Bryce. So what do you think, Antonio? Well, that was interesting.
I think there's so many times that can be used.
Sounds like you need to smoke after that, though.
Yeah.
I love Antonio, but that was funny. That is Trailer Brother. He's like, "What's brother? What are you doing?"
See, this is why if you want to have a trailer like that, come to us and we'll voice act it for you.
Yeah, we got
We
you.
have talented individuals just standing by.
Yeah. So, in case anybody was wondering, what's a clip we haven't played in a while? Might as well play it. Yeah, might as well go through the list here. Oh, did you hear? I don't have it up here. I don't have it queued up, but just a little something. Speaking of Methy and his buddies, did you see that he made a comment the other day on Twitter about that these indie books are not collectible? So would it be okay to just drop them in an envelope and ship them out?
Yeah, remember there was a specific comic
Mm-hmm.
that was delivered in a similar fashion. And granted, everybody kind of, gave him what for. But I think the people that bitched about it hardest were people that didn't order that book.
Yeah.
Who was that?
But you know what I say? You know what I think was going through his head at the moment?
What an ingenious plan this was. I am continually impressed by my brilliance.
Now they do have a point, and right, $25 for a damaged book. I will say Deltasburg does have a point, though. Theirs probably won't have any collector value.
True.
I'd also like to say that, yeah, you can send it in an envelope as long as you charged for an envelope, but you didn't charge for an envelope, did you? You probably charged for one of those Gemini mailers or something like that.
Yeah.
The nice mailers.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going to give that money back?
Every book except for the first book I got from Ethan was in a Gemini. It's been in a Gemini mailer, and even that one was a very sturdy mailer. Sturdy cardboard in between, the books and everything. So it wasn't getting damaged unless somebody tried to bend it.
So far, all the books I've gotten have come in like really sturdy envelopes or mailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live in a trailer park, and we have like these little box, probably like 4-inch by 4-inch boxes.
Mm-hmm.
They'd fold that shit up.
Yeah.
Like if it came in a regular envelope, Hell no.
There you go. Heroshot will be placed in a museum as what not to do in comics.
Yeah, it was a bad idea for real.
So let's get to this. I think Piper wants to get to this one real quick. Here we go.
I don't know. There's a lot of them. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one. I was like, there's so many that happened over the weekend that it's been pretty fun.
This in particular, I thought was very poignant. Okay, this one ain't okay. Let me click on it so it'll give me the translation. Translation for Google. Obviously, I don't think it's
Grant, it's not a perfect, but
pretty much.
we got
Anakin
it.
was told that he was special and spent half his life, but at age 25, he was an incel who felt sexually frustrated and fell into the Nazi. I like the Nazi. That's pretty funny.
Fell into the Nazis. Yeah.
Nazis if he didn't get the right reputation, said a female cartoonist. Well, she's not a cartoonist; she's a writer. But yeah, I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Certainly, there may be middle-aged people who are too sick of virgins when they are young and transform and attack people like themselves in the past. It is a poor thing. Do you think they know that she's?
I do not think that they know. But plenty of people I think told them later.
Mm-hmm.
But it's it's a work of art seeing dunks come in from freaking overseas now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, overseas. Coming from the east, how's that?
Yeah.
The Sith weren't the Nazis, though.
I know.
That bugs me so much.
Well,
the Empire, yes, but
this person never watched
Yeah.
Star Wars. This person was a
Yeah.
Star Trek fan and a really weird one at that.
So let's read this. Anakin is a young white guy who's been told he's special for half his life, but now he's 25 and sexually frustrated and angry that he isn't getting the recognition he thinks he deserves. So he immediately falls under the sway of a Nazi.
yeah, I'm sorry, but he was the only Jedi getting some.
He was
Yeah.
he was the only Jedi getting any.
Right? Yeah.
Also, they didn't tell him he was the chosen one. They just told him he was talented.
Nah. They
I
did.
can even let that
Okay,
slide. It's
they-
still
wait.
it is still so obvious that
They did tell him he was the chosen one before.
I mean, yeah. They
I
kind of.
believe in the first one,
Yeah.
he overheard them mentioning he could be the chosen one.
Yeah.
but
And
he's
because
sexually
like there's
frustrated
a,
yet fucking Natalie Portman. Exactly. What?
yeah, because there is a, and I don't know if it's considered legends or canon. I can't remember when this book came out, but there is some talk like when he was younger than when we saw him in episode 2 of his training, and they were mentioning basically right in front of him about being chosen one and stuff like that. So
I remember when a friend of mine once told me there would be a chosen one.
there
will be a chosen one.
then
Then he told me of its significance. It will be significant. And then he killed the dog.
But no, it's still made it very obvious. Hasn't watched Star Wars and got the information from like third hand. But I just needed to remind everybody that this is the person that told me I couldn't say I didn't like Deep Space Nine because it literally triggered them.
really?
Or not even that I didn't like Deep Space Nine, that I liked The Next Generation better.
Mhm.
They said I needed to stop because it was literally triggering them.
Did you didn't
Full
call him a
stop.
moron?
This is a person that should never be talking about I don't know.
Oh,
like,
look who commented.
oh,
Yeah.
with my inside baseball.
Yeah, before identifying as Mags Mags wrote comics that wouldn't sell at all. Tried it to self-publish a few. After suddenly coming out as trans, Mags instantly got picked up by a publisher, DC, despite having no useful credentials.
Nothing published under the belt that was successful at all.
Mhm.
I was one of like the very, very few people that bought a book while he was a he.
Mhm.
And had in either Indiegogo or Kickstartered it. Helped promote the book, didn't know what I was getting into.
Yes,
Yep.
and it wasn't just any book. It was the goddamn Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I
Transformer
turned
book.
sour on that.
Now the one that way to bring down other women, Piper. Yeah. I bought a book from him while he was a he, and it was Andrew Jackson in Space.
Mm.
And it was pitched as a cool book. What I got was claimed to be a complete story, but what it did was drop you in the middle of a story and resolve nothing.
Oh.
It was a piece of a story. I started reading it going, wait, what's going on? And finished reading it going, where's the rest?
What's going on, right?
I'm like, what's going on and where's the rest?
As a couple of storied Jackson scholars ourselves, we could probably do it a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was kind of what sold me on it, though. It was basically what if Andrew Jackson from Andrew Jackson's time, for I can't remember what reason, but ended up in space on a space adventure with people from other planets and this and that. And I was like, dude, that sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, he basically
It was
going from
not.
planet to planet looking for guys to fist fight.
Right? It was not cool. It made zero sense. It was
So-
a piece of a story.
Caleb found the actual quote. TFW, when you want to promote socialism, have to write
Comics based on
figures.
action figures. That's what
That's
it said.
And I remember I was livid.
Yeah, because it was a Transformers comic.
Livid.
Imagine bitching about being put on a franchise like that.
How long ago was this too? Because that could have been during the heyday of the movies.
That was no,
But
that
old
was
Brian. Nope, it was after the movies.
right
Oh,
after.
okay.
It was before Bumblebee. I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
before Bumblebee, but after all those other
I think it was
movies.
Transformers and Visionaries.
Mm.
And then of course the first thing she did was fucking kill Ironhide in her book.
Yeah, figure.
I mean, I was like, I don't know if y'all remember, but I was fucking pissed. I'm like, guys, I think it would be kind of obvious. I would kill to write Transformers. You know what I mean?
Right?
Mhm.
Would absolutely love to do it. I would absolutely put aside a lot of shit to be able to write Transformers. Except for Peregrine, which we're about to watch.
But yeah.
Yeah, a comic book designed to sell toys. Great job. Yeah.
Fucking it just pisses me off because that was handed to at the time that I interviewed him as Brian.
Mhm.
He was married. It was obvious he was SJWE.
Yeah.
But that was about it. And not like maybe a month later,
Mhm.
boom, I'm a woman now.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna do Kim and Kim.
Which is
And-
garbage, by the way.
Yeah. And then like what, a month after that, everybody sucks. I want to kill all cis people because
Oh,
or
is
I
that
want
the
to beat
baseball bat
cis
to the teeth?
people with a baseball bat because my wife's divorcing me because I suddenly changed gender on her.
Mhm.
Well, you probably did it without discussing it with her because marriage is supposed to be a communication thing.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Transformers? A couple things. Yeah. I know a few things. Yeah, just
But yeah, she freaking left him because he was no longer a him, and honestly, getting noticed by DC was more important than his marriage.
I just want to show something that Fatty sent me in private.
Oh well, how are you gonna? God damn it!
Apparently, there's a comic that's canon that explains why she fell for him when he was like 13. Like,
Mhm.
it was. I'm like, I don't need to know this.
Well, see, what was it like in the comic?
Well, like
Oh,
they
not in the
met.
comic, but in the
When they
movie,
met,
he was like what?
supposed to be 9, and she was supposed to be
Like
almost
13.
15. Yeah.
Yeah, 13, 14, something like that. Yeah. So there's an age difference, but I guess, he turned 18, so it wasn't like,
Whoop.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
chosen one? All right.
I remember there was this is in Toy Fair, the old, the old magazine, that
Mhm.
Winter put out. And one of the books was one of the inside the Mego. It was they called it Mego Theater. I think Twisted Mego Theater, and then they ended up changing to Twisted Toy Fair Theater because they're running out of things to do with just Migos.
Mhm.
But they did one where they did the whole Imperial Senate thing, like, well, not the Imperial Senate, but the Senate thing where, you know, Padme's trying to plead her case for Naboo, you know? And all you had a fucking, what's his name? Anakin standing next to her in her little, like, pod thingy, you know? And he was like, "Are you an angel?" And she's like, "Be quiet." and he kept asking like these awkward questions, you know, while she's trying to plead, you know, so Naboo doesn't, you know, to get destroyed. You know, what was funny was because like you remember who played the Chancellor? Not it wasn't Palpatine, but who played the first Chancellor? In Episode 1 was the guy who played Zod in Superman 2, right? And in that particular book, it was like, you know, because they had like the Mego guys. It was like, you know, Spider-Man Mego and Superman Mego. And they were all like, Spider-Man was like, "Why are we even doing this skit? We all know that Episode 1 sucked." And, and then Superman goes, "Well, except for that Jake Lloyd Muppet, he was looking pretty convinced by Krypton, General Zod." And so he grabs this guy who's not General Zod. You know, he's just an old man, right? And he's like, he carries him off, and like you hear him screaming. He's like, "Oh my God, it hurts so bad." He says, "Oh, don't pretend like I'm breaking your bones, Zod. I know you're invulnerable."
I think it's funny that the actor who played Zod went on to, in Smallville, play Jor-El.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Valorum. That was it. Chancellor Valorum. That was
Come, kneel before me, son of me.
I still like that one little comic bit or whatever with Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me finish it real quick. Sorry, Piper. But the last thing, like she was still trying to, and then fucking Jake Lloyd, like, you know, the little Anakin Jake Lloyd, right? He looks at her, he goes, "When are we going to lay pipe?" And she goes, "Next movie." Those are fun times. I bumped right into that on accident. Oops, I tripped.
Oh no, I tripped.
I tripped and fell. So yeah, that was. But yeah, this whole thing is like.
You know, I'd still watch Episode 1 over any of the sequel trilogy.
I liked Revenge of the Sith.
Well, Episode 1 at least kind of aged gracefully.
I would watch The Phantom Menace just like repeatedly over watching any of the sequel trilogy.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, those are garbage.
Yeah.
I
they
mean,
managed to unite the rest of the Star Wars fans in agreeing, okay, maybe the prequels weren't that bad.
Yeah. In hindsight.
Yeah.
I like the way she was in Episode 2. Yeah, that was, yeah.
I like the black evening dress she had on.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like
that was designed by George Lucas too.
Remember that backless number, that blue backless number she had? That was pretty nice. I'm just reading, Stu. Here's a titty book for all you heathens. Oh man. So let's. Hey, is it anybody want some cringe?
Are we doing Batman High now?
Yeah, we're doing Batman High. Here we go.
Oh boy, I can't even.
Catwoman falls in love with spoiler in DC's Gotham High.
You seen the little stupid trailer thingy they made?
Oh, it's going. Yeah, we're gonna watch that. Don't worry.
Boy.
Oh God. I don't have any alcohol in my house.
I have a small little thing of Lysol, and I'm thinking about ingesting it.
But hold on, is Elsa gay? Why doesn't Frozen 2 address that topic? We need to know these things. Tell us more, Screen Rant.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God, more high school bullshit.
As I said in Mandy's chat, this is, you know, DC ripping off Archie comics because Riverdale is doing so well.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd have to say that.
Honestly, this is DC ripping off a fucking DeviantArt person and a parody fucking video that was making fun of the concept.
Yeah. So here we go. Iconic romance between Batman and Catwoman is being threatened by an unexpected third party, the Joker. In the trailer for DC's upcoming graphic novel Gotham High, but set in an alternate universe where Gotham's most well-known heroes and villains are high schoolers, Gotham High tells the story of a love triangle between a new student, Bruce Wayne, budding socialite Selena Kyle, and class clown Jack Napier.
So, if Bruce Wayne is the son of the richest family in the world, why is he going to a regular school?
Oh, there's so
'Cause his
many
parents
things,
are dead
right?
now.
Oh yeah, we
Yes.
haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Good
Right?
stuff.
Oh God.
Observant viewers will also catch the appearance of Poison Ivy on Selena Kyle's social media feed.
Yay!
You know, I was just joking about this the other night, and it's
Mhm.
the exact same shit I was saying. You know, dude, that's Ivy Rose, man. She's like the hottest girl in school. They call her Poison Ivy. What? And, Principal Gordon.
Oh, you actually posted the parody link from 2012.
Mhm.
Dark GIF does a vid comparing the two.
They did comparing the 23 ripped off. Plus, this is only Batman by name to sell books. It's her characters with their names. I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah. Bruce
Let
is-
us get to the story. Good gracious, you people want
we
to
don't want to get to the story.
Mm.
The problem is we've heard it, especially if we just came from Mandy's.
That's true, but still.
But still,
Observant viewer, blah blah blah. Though romance is a large focus, readers can still expect a mystery from the world's greatest detective to solve. But he's 17. After being kicked out of boarding school, Bruce Wayne returns to Gotham only to find that a student at Gotham High has gone missing. Bruce will need to navigate high school politics and his feelings for the dangerous Selena Kyle if he wants to uncover the truth. With a pre-Joker Jack Napier at Selena Kyle's side, though, it's guaranteed that not everything as it seems. Batman and Catwoman have increasingly become DC's preferred relationship for the Dark Knight.
no, they haven't.
Not really. Recent comic storylines have seen the two get married, and Catwoman has even become pregnant with Batman's child.
I
Yeah,
thought that
just
marriage
because you
never-
wrote it doesn't mean that it's preferred.
Yeah, yeah. I love the wording there. That doesn't mean it's preferred, you moron. That just means that somebody
That
wrote
y'all
it.
preferred it doesn't mean this cost anybody. else.
Also, did they actually get married? I thought that got busted up.
That
Oh,
did.
it was a bunch of bullshit, and
They ended up getting married.
yeah, it
essentially.
was them trying to M. Night Shyamalan some shit, and
DC has made a great effort in recent years to appeal to a wider audience. you really?
Yeah, but on a narrower band.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy to see a direct line between a graphic novel like this and some upcoming projects like Mr. Freeze, the Mr. Freeze prequel book. They're going to screw up Mr. Freeze, aren't they?
yep.
Probably. Animated series was probably one of the best iterations of them, and they're going to screw that up.
Well, if I remember, Mr. Freeze existed before animated series.
Yeah, he was in the old TV series even.
Yeah, but he had no real origin. There was no motivation.
Yeah.
The animated series is what added the whole. His wife was, had the disease and all that stuff.
It's going to turn out that the accident that caused him to become Mr. Freeze was caused by an accident during a tryst with his gay lover Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Steve! What have you done? Run, Victor! Oh!
Well, I do know they're gonna somehow hurt his wife is gonna be, a strong woman that don't need no man.
Oh, they already did that.
That's true.
Let me read this sentence. With books focused on young versions of Dick Grayson, Oracle, and Batgirl as well.
Excuse me? What?
I'm just
The second Batgirl? Wasn't somebody else Batgirl for a while?
Oh, Oracle, and then Huntress and Sandra Kane.
Yeah, Batgirl's still always been Batgirl, and she was Oracle for a bit. So how are they gonna?
Yeah, I was gonna pull this one off.
God damn it!
Maybe they mean Cassandra Kane Batgirl. Because, they
guess
just did Birds of Prey.
I don't know.
Mm, DC gave me a tiny bit of hope for a split second when they were like, yeah, fuck Diamond for a second. But then like this came out and I'm like, nah, you're still
right.
gonna die.
All right. Should we do it?
Do you want well, if you do that, then play the parody one that came out first afterwards.
Should I play the parody first?
Or play the parody first since it came out
Or
first.
should I just like play Anthony's video in here?
You could do that.
All right. Well, let's play this first then.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Welcome to Gotham High, where everyone worships the rich.
Of course, it's called the Bats.
Of killers, isn't that cute?
Why wouldn't it be called the Knights?
Yeah, and listen to how much of a thought she is.
Yeah.
Actually, the Gotham Knights doesn't sound too bad.
Well, the Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is their pro football team. That's why they aren't the same.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm right. You're wrong.
Squires.
Anyway.
And the beautiful. And no one is richer or more handsome than Bruce Wayne. He doesn't have friends, he has followers. My friend Jack Napier has nothing to his name except good looks and a wicked sense of humor.
Good looks my ass.
Wait.
Ugh.
They've turned Bruce Wayne into an Instagram dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Problem is that I love them both. I'm Selena Kyle, that girl next door. And in my opinion,
No, you are.
No, you're not.
Wait, what girl next door is like pining after two dudes? That's not the girl next door.
They do not
trope.
understand the concept of girl next door at all.
I need to go check that Bounding article Mandy was reading because they had more details about.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
don't make me
anyway.
listen to it again.
a triangle is a perfect shape.
That depends on the triangle.
Is a perfect shape. And in my opinion, a triangle is a perfect shape.
What I don't get is she is a thought, and even the way she described Bruce in this, he wouldn't be going for that.
No.
Yeah.
Like, even if he went for it at first, the second he would find out about somebody else, he wouldn't fight them. He'd be like, ew, go away, Hope.
One of the recommended Batman and Joker simps.
Yeah, if he's got like 2 million followers, most of them are thirsty women. He can have anybody he wants. He can have older women.
Probably a lot of them are.
Yeah. Stupid. Okay. Right. It's easier to do this. Try to go through my feed.
You could have just asked him to link it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Could have, but he didn't.
Good Lord, it's 23 minutes.
Let me go get some popcorn.
No, give me the original. I'm not doing this.
The original was in the chat for a bit.
Somebody post it again so I can get it. Sorry, Anthony. I would love to show it. I'll watch it later, but I'm not gonna. That's 23 minutes. Call me the ad. Call me Admiral. I'll see if I can scroll.
Yeah, it's still right up in the chat. Stupendous put it up in there.
Yeah, there it is.
I think it was him.
Oh God, DC,
Oh,
why
yeah.
are you doing this?
No, it's 8 minutes.
Is this 23?
No, it's right there. Oh, you can't see me pointing. Go where it actually has the two fucking over.
Over to the right one more.
There, 8 minutes.
You say video. I think it's your newest one. You need to.
No, he just said the video where where he compares the two videos.
Oh. By the way, good views on that. Pretty good. Congratulations.
For $2, he says it's 8 minutes. You made him pay money
It worked.
because you over there boomering.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Which one is more woke, DC or Marvel? I still think Marvel right now with the new.
Now, but this is catching up. They've done a
Yeah.
Cute.
Oh shit, lightning. Got effects and shit.
Oh, cute.
What's going on, peeps? I was just about to hit the sack, and
I can tell.
I saw Jeremy on Geeks.
My
and
bad.
Jeremy
He looks like he
for
watched that
the
video like
new
8,000
Gotham
times.
High trailer, so I had to go look it up myself, and I found something pretty interesting. So I had to make a quick video. I'm gonna make this really quick.
Poor guy.
So let's
Wait, I gotta ask a question. Anthony, I know you're in the chat. Do you have roommates? Because it was like, hey everybody, it's Anthony, Dark Gift Home. And I saw this thing down there, right? And I was gonna let everybody know.
He tired. It's 3 a.m. He probably drank a fuck ton and watched that video way more times than anybody ever should.
I have to keep my voice down because my neighbors who are also locked down called the cops, but they didn't show up. But the cops did text me a warning.
Oh, he does.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right, let's see. Okay, we'll continue.
first let's look at
Whoa.
the trailer itself.
Oh, we gotta watch this shit again.
Thing is the cringiest
Welcome to
thing.
Gotham High, where everyone worships the rich and the beautiful. And no one is richer or more handsome than Bruce Wayne.
Oh.
He doesn't have friends, he has followers.
Exactly.
My
which is
friend
why
Jack
you're just
Napier
a
has
thought.
nothing to his name except good looks and a wicked sense of humor.
Good looks
The
my
problem
ass.
is
He looks like a
that
fucking
I love
lesbian.
them.
An ugly one.
Yeah,
I'm
Bruce
so-
would be.
Now, mind you, Selena's 16, and they're putting her in a love triangle with a 17 and an 18-year-old. But just remember that her age is 16.
Lena Kyle, that girl next door. And in my opinion, a triangle is a perfect shape.
This is god awful.
All right, let's see
God
this.
awful.
Let's see this other one.
They got some young author to do this. But
Welcome to Gotham High.
now, did they just totally rip off a 7-year-old parody trailer?
Oh shit.
Gotham High 2013 Dark Knight Batman parody.
I'm 16. Before this year, I've only ever heard
hear
of
that?
Gotham. Goodbye,
Yep.
I'm 16.
Metropolis. Hello, Insane Asylum. There wasn't much of a choice with high schools. It was either Elliott Collegiate Academy, the oldest, preppiest, and most stuck-up school ever,
I really wish you would do that around me. That's so funny.
home to all of those entitled rich weirdos like Bruce Wayne and Ozzy Cobblepot, or Gotham High, the most dangerous public school in the state. In the end, my parents chose the latter, and transitioning hasn't exactly been easy. The school is nuts. Before I got here, the principal had to go on trial for beating a student.
A public servant! I am not the bad guy. I will not be treated the same way as this lying, murdering, two-time loser!
Objection, Your Honor.
I want to fit in. If I'm going to survive here, I know I'm going to need to find a date to the spring prom.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I know it's a parody.
There are only
but
so
goddamn.
many available guys, so narrowing down the list is the first step. Some are immediately disqualified, like Bane, a jock with serious authority issues.
All right, that's pretty funny.
See what I mean? Or Johnny Crane, a nerd who got half the student body stoned when he put some chemicals in the lunch meat. Or Mike Engel, the geeky reporter of Gotham High's new show.
You asked me one more question and I'm beating the shit out of you. Sorry.
The top of my list is Harvey Dent, a classic dreamboat. He used to be a badass, looks about 30, and dated the prom queen when he was just a sophomore.
You know, funny thing, I know
After
where some of
breaking
these
his
clips
leg
came from.
chasing
Oh,
after
I know
some
where
guy who
most
stole
of them
Mrs.
did.
Foley's purse, he lost the attitude, joined the debate team, and ran for student body president. John Blake is pretty cute and kind of a flirt. He won a ton of medals for gymnastics, which is surprising because he's a bit of a wimp.
How you doing? Listen, okay. Later.
That's Joe. What a hunk. I know Sensei is dangerous.
He's a criminal. I heard he lit a state trooper on fire. He just did a year in San Quentin.
I guess the good girl me is just kind of attracted to that. That's Selena. She's pretty weird. I think she's into girls, and I hear she talks to her cat.
You are so lucky you don't know who your parents are.
She's been giving me the eye in gym. Sadly for her, I don't swing that way.
You're concentrating awfully hard considering it's gym class.
Can I help you?
I want to talk to you about prom.
The only guy who's asked me is Tony Garcia. I call him Eyeliner. He's the only real competition Harvey has as student body president, but he's way too full of himself. Honestly, if it came down to it, I'd rather go with someone like Victor than that guy. Yeah, Victor looks different. I don't think he's as cold as everyone says he is. A little odd, yes, but different can be good. I knew once Ivy got a date, it would get desperate. I'm considering asking Bruce Wayne, but he goes to Elliot. He's kind of a loner like me, but I hear since his parents died, he just locks himself in his room and listens to chamber music. There's something sexy about that. I'm finding out that high school is a lot of things. It's not easy to follow your own path, or even your own heart. Till next time,
There's a lot of similarities.
Harley.
She's supposed to be Harley.
Yeah.
Now, is it me or did they totally rip that off? Like,
It ain't just
the
you,
whole
buddy.
love triangle thing, they just switched a couple of names around.
10 things I hate about DC.
I know they were taking clips from other movies with the actors
Nice.
from the, you know, with Christian Bale and all the other actors and actresses from the Nolan movies. But if you ask me, that parody looks way better than that graphic novel that's coming out. So yeah, looks like DC's trying to out cringe Marvel while ripping off a parody trailer. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, remember, Dark Youth loves you.
I had a feeling I would get that message.
Now, what I'd like to see DC rip off is that there's the college humor parody of The Dark Knight, where it was it he's dying at the bomb. He said, it was a sequel to that one where he's a scarecrow. He's yelling out different things that are scaring him. And one of those things was Shooter McGavin.
Hold on just a moment, boys. We've had a request. Give me just a minute. I gotta get this. No, I'm hitting the wrong buttons, boys. I'm doing everything wrong.
Okay, boomer.
Well, you knew what you were getting when you came to the stream.
True.
It does seem to be a blatant ripoff, though, because it's still with all the things you could do in a high school setting.
Yeah.
With those characters, it's the entire plot is, oh no, which one are they gonna hook up with? And that's it.
Which one do I take to the prom?
Oh God.
Oh, and here he is. Hi.
What the fuck was that?
Welcome, Micah. That was a parody of what somebody, an idea for a Gotham High in 2013. It apparently has been now stolen by a novelist to make the Gotham High that we're seeing today.
What is a YA novelist?
Young adult.
Oh, okay. I'm tired.
Meaning that they suck. They
Yeah.
probably can't write their way out of a paper bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the preview that they did for the graphic novel? It's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty much Selena Kyle's like, I don't know whose dick I want to suck. Batman to the Jokers. Ah!
Actually, technically, hers isn't even, I don't know which one I want to suck. It's, man, I wonder how long I can get away with sucking both dicks.
Bruce Wayne is long as shit. He really gets in there. But Jack Napier, he's just got that girth that makes me scream.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Xavier. I didn't want to hear that shit.
Okay, let's be honest here. What she wants is an Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
That's what I said when I was on the stream with Ethan. I'm like, this is stupid. Why is it that all of the female heroes and characters these days have to be turned into skanks?
All right. I know Piper hates to retread water, but I have to go to the Bounding into Comics article.
No!
Just for this.
Yeah.
The interview began with De La Cruz admitting she has no clue about Batman.
Yep.
She states, "My husband is a big Batman fan. So when DC called and said, we want to do a young adult line, what character do you want to do? I wanted to do Batman. It's such a fun, iconic character that I could put my own spin on." Yeah, you put your spin on. You made those characters that are not those characters.
My husband is a huge Batman fan. A few months later, I'm filing for divorce. What happened?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'm a decent Batman fan. If my significant other did that to my favorite character, I'd be like, deuces, bitch.
This is something I never thought I'd see the chat say.
Right?
Give us Ultra Force.
I'm queuing it up for you, family. I got your back.
and people wonder why the comics industry is going downhill. This is why.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If I was dating or anything with anybody that was like, your favorite character, well, I'm going to do this with it. I'm going to be like, why do you hate me?
Yeah.
The fuck did I do?
Oh, it's even
God.
better.
Like, fuck you.
Her husband's knowledge came from Batman the Animated Series, which, not too bad, but,
Not bad, but does that mean that he doesn't actually read comics then? Because that's what it sounds like.
Oh, wait, this ain't her husband, though. Maybe it's not. Okay.
I got Ultra Force ready, and they're asking for it.
I love Batman. Wasn't he in Infinity Endgame? It's pretty much what it is.
Yes.
There is a market for young adult. Yes, there is. It's just, this ain't it, man.
No. Young adult, people who read YA novels don't read comic books because they want to read novels. They want to read books. They want to look at words.
Smallville was a great young adult story for Clark Kent and becoming Superman.
I was gonna say there's a way to do young adult, geared
Hell,
this stuff.
Gotham.
This just is not how to do it. You could do a comic, and this is just not it. This
They could have gone
is
with
assuming
Gotham.
Your audience is dumb as bricks.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like you've already got Gotham.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell do you need this for? Because that was basically geared at the same sort of audience.
Well, Gotham was also terrible though.
Yeah.
This is true. They got like nothing right.
DC is good for certain live action.
Actually, Gotham was terrible, but I gotta say it wasn't this terrible. So
True.
there's that.
Bruce Wayne is a billionaire. He's the richest man alive. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if his family was Chinese and from Hong Kong? That made it feel real.
Why would his last name be Wayne then?
Because his mother's Chinese. Yeah.
It gets worse. It gets so much worse.
De La Cruz
Yeah, it's also-
she's basically telling an autobiography of her own life using a DC Comics character.
Yeah, and made it to where the wife, who used to have a Chinese name, but for some reason changed it to Martha, all the wealth came from her.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's been a big influx of wealthy Chinese people who moved from Hong Kong to Arcadia in Los Angeles. And that's where my mom lives. I'm part Chinese. My brother lives in Hong Kong. So I thought it would be great if we put what I know into Bruce Wayne. I just wanted him to be a little bit more representative of my background and giving him an authentic family.
He's not Bruce Wayne at all.
Dead.
Yeah, he's not Bruce Wayne at all.
So he is not Bruce Wayne at all, and she really is just. I wanted to write about me, so I took all these existing characters, names, and then.
So wait, does this mean she was a slut in high school?
Yeah.
No, I think she's trying to say that she's Bruce Wayne now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just read a super chat from Hatch 20. Back Sunsworn Red Gaze novel live on Indiegogo. Yes, check it out.
Also, okay, there's a community of rich Asians that moved to California. Do any of them read Batman? Because according to apparently you don't. So
yeah, seriously. So who is it? Yeah.
White guilt.
I'm sorry. I got to let me finish this here.
Yeah.
As for how Bruce becomes a billionaire, a preview of the graphic novel indicates that money comes from his mother and his mother alone.
Oh God, her fucking name is Masha.
Before Masha Dean became Martha Wayne,
Dean is totally a.
She was the most beautiful girl in Hong Kong and from the richest family. Few know it was her money that started Wayne Enterprises.
Then why did she marry a white guy with no money?
Right?
No. Thomas is still a doctor, as far as I can tell, so he had some money.
Yeah, but if she's from the richest family in Hong Kong, they're gonna have some serious influence. She's not just gonna be able to marry anybody.
Yeah,
she wouldn't be marrying a white guy at that point.
No, I've met Chinese families. It's not. No, it ain't. That shit's like if you are not of the same ethnicity or you don't have money, good luck getting into the family. Like seriously,
I'm as I said, I'm Korean, and Asians are some of the most racist motherfuckers out there because we hate our own fucking race.
So the only way these two are getting married is if her family disowns her, so she's not walking away with any of her family's fortune.
That or she lied and said his last name isn't Wayne, but it was Wang.
Right?
Okay, according to sources, everything fell apart the night they went to see Madame Butterfly. What started as
oh my God!
Soon became a night of terror. When they got home, the thieves were everywhere.
Wait, what?
So,
oh my God.
Hey, Micah.
Yes.
You remember when young Bruce Wayne went to the theater to see Madame Butterfly, and that inspired him to become the Dark Knight?
No, I remember Zorro.
Yeah, it was the Mark of Zorro, right? That was the.
Yep, that was it in the comics.
Well, and the animated series they made it the Gray Ghost, but
still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they did that because they weren't allowed to.
They weren't allowed to use Zorro because Zorro wasn't in the public domain yet.
Yeah.
I can't listen to this. The retelling of Bruce is not acceptable.
Right. This is actually, I don't know. It's one of those things that's hurting my soul.
Yeah, it is. This is one of the worst retellings of the Batman mythos I've ever heard. It's fucking with things that you don't really need to fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like just spite fucking with it, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Hold on. Sorry, Lantern. I got to read this. She then admits that Alfred will be gay. She states, Alfred is not just his butler, but also his uncle, his gay uncle from Hong Kong. It gives this fabulous, crazy rich Asian sheen to it.
No, it doesn't. It just sounds retarded.
It sounds like this is like Diversity Dartboard, the comic.
So she was like, hey, Alfred, my freaking Chinese brother, you can be our butler.
Alfred,
in this $1 billion family, that's gonna happen.
You can be our
brother. I know you have just as much money as I do, but could you please come and dust my drapes?
Give me a fucking break.
God damn it! And this chick is supposed to be from a rich Asian family, and she doesn't know how that works.
No, what would have happened is that Bruce would have fallen under the care of his grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Unless it was specifically stated that. Alfred would be his guardian,
Also, if this is taking place, like it says a little later, in 2020, China owns Hong Kong. They're not happy with the gays.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, this is.
Yeah. It's like Hatch 450 just said. Asian family are the least accepting of gays.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. Some families will kill gay people. I don't think that's.
Well, yeah. Asian, as I said, Asian family. No.
Depending on where in Asia, yeah.
Damn.
They'll do that.
If it wasn't,
especially China, where they're on the one kid.
Yeah, if the Aloha snack bar
They're not
is
anymore.
involved,
Actually, they actually
then-
get to have two kids now.
Still,
I have a friend that's actually really upset about the fact that she has two.
It wasn't clear that this entire book was about pandering. Patelli details that breathes new life into the character, especially in today's world where we're living in the most diverse world we've probably ever lived in. So it's more representative of Batman in 2020.
No, it's not. It's less believable than Batman in
Holy
any year so
shit.
far.
Shit! Fuck! Micah, did you know that there were no Asians in 1938?
Okay. Octopop, I'm going to let you in on a deeply held Asian secret.
Okay.
We willed ourselves into existence 2 years ago.
Oh.
Everything else we just programmed into everyone's minds.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So Pearl Harbor was done by those damn robots.
White people who actually did it, but they framed us because we're different.
Sweet
white
Jesus, it
people-
was a
white
reverse
people
Stalin
made
all
up
along.
Asians because we needed another bad guy in the war.
I needed another bad guy.
No, seriously, I've been a fan of Batman since I was a kid, and watching the old '60s Batman and shit. I didn't care that there were no fucking Asian people in it.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't what I liked about it. It wasn't what I liked about the animated series or anything like that. I liked the stories. It didn't matter to me that Bruce Wayne was white. I wanted to be Batman because he's fucking cool.
Right.
And he can, and later on, he can take down the Justice League by himself.
Yes.
That's the thing. Character is not skin deep. It goes
Yeah.
further than
Yeah,
that.
you just
and
have
you're
to write
and I'll
them
just
well.
say this right out of the gate. You're a bad writer if you don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like I've never read a comic or watched a, like animated series and stuff like that and thought, man, if only all these characters had titty. Well, okay, maybe sometimes, but but rather, man, if only these characters were all female, or if only all these characters were all the same race as me. No, dude, I just thought they were cool fucking people. You could make the entire cast Asian back then, and if you wrote it well, I wouldn't have fucking cared.
Even when they did anime adaptations of Batman, Batman was still a white dude.
Yeah, they left that shit alone.
I think
even Batman Ninja, I believe he was still a white dude.
Yes, he was.
So-
All of them were. But the and then they made a mech out of bats, and that was really stupid. But
Damn, people are still trickling in saying that YouTube's just not. YouTube
Yeah.
has us completely ghosted.
they do the same thing with Micah and the Hat Man. Like I have to tell people in advance to even get half the audience I was 3 weeks ago. It's ridiculous.
Dude, Mandy's that went before us. It wasn't even showing up on her channel page at all. I had to click the link that she was actually tweeting out in order to get to it.
Yeah, and people are getting unsubscribed from me randomly. Ethan and your boy both told me, they're like, yeah, I haven't been getting notifications from you. I'm like, check and see if you're still subscribed to me, because I checked my subscriber list and they weren't in there, and they were 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So anyway,
it's a mess, and I will say tonight's people are a little bit better than the other night when it was 11, but we're doing better. But we're like I said, we're just gonna have to do old school hard work and shit like the old days.
Yep.
But yeah, where was I was gonna mention about somebody said it. I want to make sure I can say it right. Yeah, we're all dead inside. But I want to point out that this is because Michael, you did that video today, which was very well done. The
Thank you.
outrage culture, all that stuff. See, this right here is something worthy of getting upset, kind of mad about, because
absolutely, because this is fucking with something people enjoy,
right?
And just doing it to do it, and that's kind of my biggest problem with it.
Yeah, it's being spiteful doing it, being I won't even be asked to fucking learn about the character. I just want to do this. But what gets me even more is she's saying because she is wealthy Asian American that she wanted to insert, and yet she seems to know jack shit about the culture.
Yeah, it's really, really bad author insert fan fiction.
Yeah, it's awful, and that's where it belongs, though, is on some fanfic thing.
Well, that's young adult fiction for you.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that whole is more representative of Batman in 2020. Like
My ass.
What does that even mean?
Shit, when I was a young adult, my fiction wasn't too bad. The stuff that I had access to, it wasn't this awful.
Yeah. He adds, and since he's a teenager, I tried my best to put a little bit of myself into the character. That's where you fucked up.
So you're saying you never grew up?
No, it's not even about never growing up. It's the same thing with Tom King.
Yep.
I want this to reflect my life.
Yeah, why is he you? That was the question that Frank Miller asked him.
Yeah.
Like, why would Batman?
Like, y'all have nothing in common, so why are you?
And that's one thing that bothers me when people do that, because growing up, I never wanted to be Batman. I wanted to hang out with Batman because I knew Batman was a million times cooler than I could be on my best day. But if Batman thinks I'm cool enough to hang out with me, that makes me really cool and that makes me feel good.
Yeah, personally with Batman, it was for me, it was I don't want to be Batman or a version of or whatever. It was I want Batman to be a real dude though.
Yeah, I wanted to be Batman just because Julie Newmar was hot.
Nice,
gorgeous.
I'll be honest,
Yeah, that's one of those things. Like as a kid, you watch those old Batman series. You see and all three of the Catwoman were gorgeous. Gorgeous ladies, and then you realize like, oh yeah, this took place in the '60s, and then you see them like in the
today's
'90s, and you're like, oh, that's a shame. But yeah, okay. Well, let me see. He's a teenager, trying to buzz, blah blah. Like I said, once again, I definitely wasn't a billionaire, but oftentimes I felt very separated from everyone else around me.
Wow,
sounds like a personal problem.
Look at all the little people.
Let's see what the peasants are doing.
Okay. I'll explain that right there, though. Asians self-segregate.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that is true. They kind of around here. They don't, for the most part, stick with each other.
I was raised by white folks, so I didn't get that. But like when I went to high school, all the other Asian kids looked at me like I was like I had a third head or something because I wouldn't hang out with them.
Yep.
And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, why do you hang out with the non-Asians? I'm like, because they're cool.
Well, let's put it this way, and I'm sure Mike has heard this several times from Ethan. Ethan said that he was always told when he worked at DC Comics, these characters are not yours.
Yep.
You are stewards of these characters.
Nobody told this chick that.
Nobody told this chick that. Nobody told Tom King that. At some point, and I know, like,
they were scared to.
True. Very true. And also, I know Ethan, like Dan Didio, but at some point, that whole, like, these characters are not yours, they're just like, there's my window, just thrown out the window, I mean,
and that's a problem.
That is a problem. It needs to get back to that, and that goes for if they survive, if DC and Marvel ever survive.
I don't think they're going to at this rate.
Some kind of urgency to these people saying, "Hey, you know why we're in this shit? Because they let us run rampant and put ourselves in these characters, and these characters are not us."
Yeah,
I don't read Batman to read me. I read Batman to read Batman.
Yeah, I'm sorry to this chick and to Tom, but you guys are not interesting.
Yeah, and Hatch says, "Fuck John Gordon Murphy too."
Well, Tom King at least was a CIA agent, so that's kind of cool. But even then, the problem with his Batman is, there is a point. I want to say it's right after the I Am Bane arc where it stops being Batman and it starts being Tom King.
Yeah, it's not Tom King, the CIA agent. It's Tom King, the loser that fucking
the guy sitting at home that should be going to therapy.
Yeah.
Right. Tom King was CIA agent, and he wrote Young and the Restless. For Batman. I don't know. Like, see, now you're going to get me going. It's like, no, I'm sorry, but at this stage, And my mom, because my mom watches Young and the Restless to this day. At this stage, Victor Newman is a lot cooler than that Batman that Tom King wrote. Because he's a billionaire, he still gets shit done.
Yeah, I don't think he did anything cool for the CIA. Pencil push.
You know, I mean, being a CIA agent is like, okay, you know, you worked at the CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the DC area.
There's no agent or anything like that.
Yeah.
CIA agent is like every other person you meet in the DC area.
Well, it's like, who's that guy's name? Evan McMullen? Ed McMuffin?
McMuffin, yes.
Yeah, McMuffin. You know, I was a CIA agent and I know how the world works, and that's why you need to vote for me instead of Trump. And you find out he was like a pencil pusher in DC, and that's all he ever did.
Yeah. Like 90% of them are probably just.
He had this like picture of himself in the desert, like holding a like M16 or something like that. And I'm like, okay, anybody could like pose for that picture. That does not mean make you special. Does not mean you're fucking, you know.
No. I remember that. That was an AR-15.
Oh, wasn't an AR?
He got ridiculed because they're like, that's an AR-15. No military uses that. So you're lying about your service there, son.
Oh, poor Ed.
A little bit of stolen valor.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a CIA agent, but that's about as far as you can, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had a pass and could go and go to Langley, I could say I was a CIA agent, even if I was just like going to go work on the computers, you know. So.
You know, if you were paid to come in and clean the bathrooms at the CIA building once, you could list yourself as a former CIA contractor.
True. Yes, exactly. And Anchor Green Boss says the scary black gun. Yes. Let's see. When asked on your inspiration story, De La Cruz admits she wanted to reinvent Chuck Bass, a prominent character from Gossip Girl. Oh my God. I don't even know, guys. I just don't know anymore. I mean, you know what? Take me home, Edwin.
Cocainum.
You want some Ultra Force to cleanse the palate?
This comic is like, she actually thinks this is a good idea. That's the funniest part.
You know, I guarantee you now when this bombs, because we all know it will, she's going to blame it on the coronavirus.
She's going to blame it on coronavirus or white people.
The white people don't want to read about a rich Chinese guy.
I love this one. She added, but making him Chinese was a no-brainer. Everyone was on board from the beginning. Everyone is stupid. Everyone's a fucking idiot.
Everybody's a goddamn yes man.
Pretty much. Yeah. Do it. Yeah.
See how not racist I am by agreeing with you?
Mm-hmm. Today I learned that DC Comics was bought out by the CCP.
Joker is not a villain, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
No, because he's not the Joker yet. He's Jack Napier.
Still, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Telly explains, there's so much of the Instagram culture and social media culture with teens today. So I tried to integrate that into the style and look of the character, specifically with the Joker character.
So he's an asshole.
Yeah. But okay, this screams the how do you do, my fellow, teenagers, because she's an adult and she quote unquote knows about Instagram culture and shit.
The whole thing with Jack, especially if they're going with the whole Jack Napier Joker, right? The thing was, he was always an asshole.
Yeah.
He grew up to become a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the hardest character to visualize and design, blah, 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 average villain. He's almost not a villain at all in a way. He goes back and forth where you sympathize with him sometimes, and sometimes you see him as a villain. So I wanted to give him...
You can sympathize with villains, stupid!
Yeah, you can always, with a good writer.
Yeah, it was kind of the point of the Killing Joke. It just takes one bad day to take a good person and turn them into the Joker.
Also, if we're talking about Napier, though, that set of lore for him starts in '89.
Yeah, that's specifically movie, right? That's specifically
yeah.
So, there's.
So that would mean That would mean that eventually he'd have to grow up and kill Bruce's parents who are already dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what this means is that at one point, one of his conversations with Selena is going to be, "You are my number one, and I."
No. We all know how this is going to end with him asking her to the prom, going, "You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?"
Oh God. Listen to this. He then admits he modeled the character on his own look. I had this haircut, and it's the same haircut we ended up giving the Joker. It became a great reference throughout the process, since I just had to look at myself. In a weird way, the Joker character looks like me.
It looks like me, therefore.
I'm going to go.
Here's
I'm going
my
to go commit
question.
Sudoku now.
Whoa!
Here's my question. I have a question.
Yeah.
At the prom,
Mm-hmm.
is Joker going to walk up and knock out Batman and go, "Never rub another man's rhubarb"?
That would be great, though.
I mean, come on. Like, this is so stupid.
But the most important thing here is it's not the Joker sucking face with Catwoman. It's me.
I want to know how all three of them ended up in the same fucking school.
Yeah,
Especially if fucking
Bruce.
Yeah, if Bruce.
Which kids that are that rich don't go to public schools?
Yeah, he's a super rich Asian American. I'm pretty sure one of the stipulations for him would have been private school.
Now, they mentioned this at the beginning of the trailer that he just got thrown out of a prep school. But the thing is, one, he's from the richest families in the world. Why would you throw him out even if he deserved it?
Well, and two,
why are there other prep schools out there?
Yeah.
Homeschooling.
Right?
I mean, Jesus Christ, he's the richest family in the frippin' world.
That's way
Why
more.
can't his
homeschooling
gay
is way
uncle
more believable than
hire a tutor?
Yeah, exactly.
Neil deGrasse Tyson guy seems pretty smart. Get him to teach me physics.
Bruce was like sub, like what, 16 when he started his training, right?
Something like he was pretty up there in age.
Yeah.
Also,
I know he decided later to do the whole Batman thing, but he was training, like
Yeah.
for purpose, you know.
Yeah, he was learning martial arts at the end of his teenage years.
Yeah.
Also, Angry Green Boss. For me, it's Gothic Batman, dystopian Batman, 60s Batman, and music video Batman doesn't exist.
Let's see, what's this? I always remember this quote from Truman Capote in Cold Blood, where he's talking about the killers, and he says something like, "We came from the same place, but I walked out the front door and he walked out the back door." There's this feeling that they're the same person, just with different circumstances. I wanted to put that in the Batman-Joker dynamic. They're almost the same person, but Bruce has all of this privilege and Jack has nothing. Here we go. And what does that do to who they become? And then there's this girl in the middle, the hottest girl to ever walk the halls of high school, laughs.
Well, they didn't draw her that way.
What the actual fuck does that even mean?
This is her fan fiction. She wasn't the hot girl in high school, but now
his parents are dead. He doesn't give a fuck about how rich he is. It's about right and wrong, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, but he's also an Instagram guy with like 2 million
that's what I
followers.
was saying. Even the way that trailer freaking describes Bruce's personality, she would still just be a thought, not even on his radar.
Yeah. I do kind of understand the whole Batman and Joker being the same thing. This has been talked about multiple times in the
played
comic
with
book.
a lot.
Yeah.
Two different sides of the same insanity coin, that kind of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Extreme obsession and extreme order and extreme chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this ain't it, Chief.
Yeah.
No.
Well, she doesn't even. Well, that's the thing. She could have not said that she knows dick about Batman, and then it would have been patently obvious that she knows dick about Batman.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't understand anything about it, and she's probably maybe seen The Dark Knight once or twice, and is too stupid to understand the dynamic between the two characters. This sounds like just garbage.
Yeah. Oh,
like this sounds like it's gonna be worse than BB3.
Wait, Stu says his parents are alive.
That's not what I saw. The parents die, but it's at their house. They imply that the mother gets raped.
Oh my god.
And that Thomas is just like a useless, pretty much.
All right, hold on. his mom's allowed to get raped, but Batgirl's not allowed to have pictures taken of her.
Oh yeah, no.
In The Killing Joke, that was a super duper travesty, awful women in fridges, blah blah blah.
Well, and that's the thing, like,
because his mom would definitely be a women in fridges situation here.
Well, here's what I don't understand, because the one go-to whenever it comes to SJW writing is sexual assault. So it's okay when they do it, but if they write it and then they will done
heavily,
yeah,
men evil.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
But nobody else can.
I need to read this. It came out of trying to figure out all their desires. What does Jack bring to Selena that's different from what Bruce brings to Selena? Ultimately, you don't know who she's going to pick. You root for both of them, and there's a surprise in the end.
Do they all die?
I wish. Are we hoping for a Romeo and Juliet, and then?
I'm hoping that an interdimensional portal opens and the Red Hood from the main DC universe walks out and shoots all of them.
I hope the surprise in the end is that it gets canceled and ends early. So it's surprise, it's already over. Yeah.
Well,
I can one up you there.
It's a full story. But
Batmite shows up and says, "Ha just kidding."
Oh yeah, Batmite showed up and said, "Ha just kidding." That would be good.
Yeah,
that would be the best ending to that.
De La Cruz then revealed she plans on destroying more characters. I would love to play a little more. We have minor characters that we can get to know a bit more, like Poison Ivy and Harvey.
Minor characters?
Minor characters.
What the fuck?
Characters that nobody cares about.
I don't think
my ass.
I don't think it's the last we'll see of Selena, Jack, and Bruce either. I'm hoping to do more Jack story in the second book. She even adds, and we barely even saw Robin. Oh no. Not Robin.
Wait. Robin the Boy Wonder. So what?
He'd be like 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So when he, at the most be in grade school, maybe.
Is Bruce babysitting him?
I like this. It looks like DC Comics just saw how amazing and brave and stunning Marvel Comics' New Warriors and Lucasfilm Star Wars The High Republic pitches were and wanted to get in on that. They wanted to absolutely destroy the bread and butter character of Batman and Bruce Wayne and turn him into Jake Man and Jake Wayne. It worked so well for Disney Star Wars sequel trilogies. But they couldn't just stop at Batman, so they decided to eviscerate Joker and Catwoman as well and have plans to do more. Circling a drain might be an understatement. This book deserves the immediately shredded and then flushed down the toilets.
Wait, is this Bleeding Fool or Bleeding Fool?
No, this isn't Bleeding. It's bounding into comics.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So let's get off that.
Keep Robin away from Alfred.
Oh God, that's a good one from Gilmore. The Jaker. The Jaker. I don't know, guys. What the fuck? What's going on?
Lois and Clark was cute when I was a kid.
Why, a week after, you know that your biggest distributor is shutting down, and your whole pitch right now is to try. Okay, what we need to do is like create our own distribution methods to get our books out to people like comic stores and people, right? So your big thing coming off that announcement is to go ahead with this.
Yeah, to announce this.
Yeah, talk about not putting your strong foot forward. Good Lord. This is probably one of if this was pitched to me, I would be like, what
nail
the fuck
in the coffin if this is what they send out that way, because stores are still going to be like, gee, thanks.
Yeah, who's walking into a comic store and buying that?
Yeah.
Right. Well, no, okay. You see,
oh look, it's this high school drama with the Joker. Hey, dude, where's the Swamp Thing omnibus? Thanks. That's what's gonna happen.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, but this is not going through Diamond as it's going to bookstore. I understand that, but it's still when you have got the situation where you're having to recreate how you do business on the fly right now. You lead with your best foot forward, right? And you don't even. I would be in the meetings and stuff. And I know, young adult, it's going to be, at Walmart or wherever, bookstores. Straight up, I would be, if I was the head of DC right now, I'd be like, anything that is not old, straight up Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League is on the shelf. Because we're going to stream it down. We're going to streamline it down to nothing till we can get this rebuilt, because we are in a shit pile right now. Because you got to start, because when it comes to distribution, everything is about ramping it up, right? You have to start small. You cannot start off by shipping millions of comic books,
especially shitty ones.
Exactly, especially shitty ones. So you have to start at the very beginning. DC wants to do a big redux right now. Here's your chance. It's time to get rid of, Superman Jr. and all this other shit. It's time to back to damn basics. Y'all have done it before. You've rebooted universe 1,000 times. You might as well go ahead and do it now.
There's just one problem, though. Bendis still works there.
Well, he'd be fired the second I got if I was in charge. That's straight up, because that guy's a moron.
Yeah, he is. He went from being one of the most renowned writers in comic books to being probably one of the worst. Like, you look at his Daredevil, and then you look at now, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Yep. Did we just have a conversation the other day about like how his Avengers run started off really good?
Yeah, because New Avengers had promise.
Yeah.
Though everybody was pissed off at Disassembled, though, because he was killing people off just to kill them off. He didn't really need to do some of the things that he did.
He put him. Like you said, he essentially put him on the shelf so they could, he wouldn't get that demand from people. Bring so and so into the team and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'm
like
gonna be right back. Lobo is freaking the hell out over something.
Okay, no problem.
No, I would say I'd bring Jeff Johns off of the movie portion and put him. Yeah, because he at least does deep lore story. He researches the shit he writes about, and
he brought interest, like full interest, back to Green Lantern.
Yeah, like he took the whole thing with Blackest Night. They were back in like the mid '90s. They were doing this kind of a DC thing with DC, where like the dead were coming back, and like at the end, it was Necron. And I'm like, and as soon as I heard about Blackest Night, I'm like, dude, it's gonna be Necron. This dude takes deep lore shit, and it's gonna be Necron. And it was, and I was like, that shit needs to be. That's what DC needs to do, is bring back the good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they have to hire writers that have talent, and they're not willing to do that either. I mean, they hired Zoe Quinn, for God's sake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Did y'all see the comment that speaking of, we were talking about Tom King a minute ago? You see that comment he made to one of the publishers, like CBR or something? It said, Batman would self-quarantine during this pandemic.
No, he wouldn't. He had a cure for himself.
Storyline where he wouldn't.
He's Batman.
Yeah. One thing,
he would wear a mask and still do the same fucking thing. Like, are you serious?
Because like he, during Contagion, which led up to, the Batquake and led up to No Man's Land and all that stuff. He was out there still doing what he had to do. He said because even though there's a pandemic right now in Gotham City, people are still, doing crimes and shit. So even though I've got to straight up, I got to straight up try to find a cure for this shit. I also got to save the city. Because what was interesting because that's also during that time was the debut of Hitman. So he has some cool stuff going. Because I think Garth Ennis was writing Contagion at the time. So that's the thing. He would essentially Batman would be kind of like our frontline people right now, like hospital doctors and things like that. He'd be on the front line. He wouldn't be self-quarantining. He'd be doing everything he could to find a cure or helping people. So stupid. That just proves once again that Tom King doesn't get the character. No Man's Land was one of the best stories ever. It was a good story. I enjoyed No Man's Land.
They could just do reprints of old runs for the next 2 years of like just ones that are considered classics now, but people didn't get the chance to read at the time.
Yep.
I think people would probably snatch them up quicker than they would this other shit.
Yeah.
Like, because this is ridiculous. Like, there's no. And this is the thing about DC and Marvel right now. There's no good ideas. You know, there's nobody that they have that has a good idea.
Yep.
They're not doing anything new. They're not really doing anything interesting. And the things that they are trying, they are either fucking with the lore so much, or they're taking what could be an interesting idea and not really doing enough with it, or they're decompressing it so much that it's like, why even follow this until the trades come out?
Mm-hmm.
Like Donny Cates' Thor. I read a couple issues of it, and I'm like, why is Thor as the Herald of Galactus so boring?
That should be a badass story.
Yes.
It totally should be.
And if you've got him fighting Beta Ray Bill, they should be blowing up entire worlds with their fights, not this one-sided beating. Like, fuck all that. Like, give me a good fight. Give me something interesting. Give me something with emotional weight to it. These people are they act like brothers. Are you fucking serious?
So I mean, is Thor like corrupted or anything? Does he not?
He's got some reason for being the Herald. It's something about guiding Galactus to doing one thing or another. But it's so up its own ass as an idea. It never goes anywhere. And that's generally Cates' problem at this point, is he's so high on his own farts because of his success with Venom that he doesn't really understand that you have to continue to produce top-notch content. Just because Gail Simone is sucking you off doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually that successful.
I just threw up in my mouth. Thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Well, hey, you know what?
it doesn't take much to get Gail to suck you off.
This off my fake Gail. I don't want to hear it. All right.
Speaking of
But-
Gail, did y'all happen to see the tweet she made today?
Oh boy.
She's having
no,
blocked
because I'm
for
still
years.
blocked. So
Well, she said in essence that she just watched a Comicsgate video from from a long time, and then she goes, and you know who she's talking about when I say this, this and this guy who used to call me crying at night is proclaiming that he's an alpha male. She's talking about Ethan.
I was about to say that's weird. That sounds like Miller,
No, she's talking about Ethan,
right?
Oh, yeah.
That's weird. But it sounds like Smiller,
Well, yeah, because Smiller will cry, you know.
right? Like
Uh-huh.
that's just a Smiller thing to do.
So this person who I was a friend to, who called me during one of the worst periods of his life at the time, crying because it was in fact one of the worst periods of his life. Look, and I was his friend. Yeah, let's talk shit about that.
LOL, what a yeah, right. These people are all fake and blah blah blah. I was like, Gail, things change in life.
Yeah, she's a terrible human being.
Yeah.
I remember the conversation that got me blocked with her was because Captain Cummings couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut because he's an idiot in the early CG days. He called her a few things. Oddly enough, he got suspended from Twitter for it. And I'm like, dude, you have to stop harassing her. But it's like, he's like, but she says these stupid things. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I got into a conversation with her about it, and I'm like, well, yeah, he shouldn't have said that, but you talk down to people all the freaking time about like things that you assume you're right constantly, and it's annoying. And she goes, well, which of us is the professional writer? I'm like, I don't know. Which of us gets offended at this image? And it was the photo of Kyle Rayner finding his girlfriend in a refrigerator. And then she blocked me. By the way, I legitimately I hate Kyle Rayner. So I'll use that image just to fuck with people who like him. So you tell me you don't like it, I'm going to use it even more.
I like Kyle Rayner.
Yeah. Well, my favorite joke is, "Hey Kyle, can you get me a Pepsi? There's one in the fridge."
But I'll be honest, that was a defining moment for the development of the character.
Yes, it was. And for people to hate it is really stupid. I don't like Kyle, but I can still understand why that happened. You know, and not to mention he needed a strong villain rivalry at the time, and Major Force was a good pick because they weren't doing shit with Captain Atom.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that was shortly after Well, not really, but that was a few years after Armageddon 2001, and Captain Atom was still lost in time. So
yeah,
it was one of those things where she tends to criticize things that really don't make any sense, and the fact that she is as influential on people these days as she is kind of shows you why comics are so fucked.
God damn, woman tweets a lot.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the comment she made. But
here's the thing. This, like, with Gail Simone, we were talking about it one night. I'm like, does she really have? I don't think she has that many notable runs to her name. She has Deadpool, but she didn't write Deadpool for that long. She had Agent X, which was really good, but she also had Udon doing the art for her. So, you know, it's like you're kind of working with one of the best artists in the business at that point.
Yeah.
And then Secret Six, but Secret Six never sold that well, even though it was good. So, like, was there anything beyond that?
Not really. Honestly, it wasn't really. Okay. Let me do this. I'm gonna do my famous keyword search.
She does delete tweets, especially if they help her look like a victim.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was saying, I like Kyle, but I liked him after the Rebirth arc for Hal Jordan, where he broke away from the shadow, as it were, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Green Lantern Corps book where it was him and Guy were kind of the primaries on it. We're good. That was good stuff. But then again, everything Green Lantern at the time was on fire.
Yeah, I'll say one thing about Guy. I always hated Guy, except for a few offshoots where generally he's getting the shit kicked out of him.
Oh yeah, well everybody loved it when Batman knocked him out.
Oh, for me it was one of the Armageddon 2001 annuals where Superman, where he punches at Superman. Superman grabs his hand and wills the ring onto his own finger. That was just great. But like, Guy picked up really well for me in the final night, where where Hal goes to visit him at the end, and he's like, I did it because that's what I thought was the right thing to do, not because that's what everyone else expected me to be. Yeah, and Nort rules. I agree with that, Stupendous, but I still liked it better when he had the Guardian ring.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, I've saw. Wait a minute. Let's see. This is it. She says such a stupid stuff like the whole Goody Bird thing, right?
We still don't even know what that means.
Like,
yeah, what the fuck?
Like, I found this one. Jesus, the CGers are melting down hilariously this week. This was March 27th, aka 3 days ago, right? And then she goes, "Is it the mayonnaise?" What?
Is she implying that everyone's gay?
I don't know.
I don't want to know what she does with mayonnaise. I think that's an inside joke just for her. She does weird shit with mayonnaise, probably.
I think she's trying to imply that mayonnaise is, man spunk.
Wow, she is not good at this.
She's really bad. Like,
that's the only thing I can think of.
She's trying to make a thing be a thing, and she's not good at it.
Or is she trying to imply white people? Because, there's jokes about white people and mayonnaise.
I like how she's saying that Comicsgate people or whatever are
the only thing melting is her career.
Are melting down, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, we were still over here minding our own business. Y'all came to us again, as usual.
Being profitable.
Here's a exchange she had with Rosetta Allen, and I'm gonna read this because Rosetta.
That was one of them times.
Yeah. So I guess you can't even make YouTube videos that don't look like grade school projects. This seems like an intelligent reply, because she had that whole Rosetta was like in another said something like, well, who is harassing women, blah, blah, and then Gail said, ask your leader.
Wow.
And Gail, because Gail can't have an intelligent conversation, right? She
No.
has to go immediately to the insult.
But that's what everybody's pushing right now. As soon as Pencils Down happened,
Yep.
the narrative was boom. Like all of them are parroting EVS pushed women out of Comics Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's the
it's
music.
EVS ran all of the women out of Comics Gate is their narrative right now. It started as soon as Pencils Down started,
Yep.
and so yeah, I've been hearing
What?
about it all like for a week, and it's still going.
Who got ran out?
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, did they ever name names?
They can't point out anybody. What they do is, I think they try to cite Comic Girl Ava, maybe.
But that still is not.
But Vicky has tried to cite herself and Bean as having been ran out of Comics Gate. Like, no, y'all
They
were
were never in it.
You were never in it. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, let me continue reading this real quick, guys. So she goes, she's saying this to Rosetta, and she says, Jesus, have you watched your videos? And Rosetta says, I promised you haven't. They aren't choppy, poor grammar, bouncing rarely from topic to topic. In fact, I rarely do videos, mostly live streams. Nice try though, sweetie. Or you can just own that you are a bigot to white people and men. And then she goes, Gail responds, popular too, smiley face.
Popular to who?
Exactly. And then Rosetta responds, "But by all means, have fun crying to tear others down. Maybe I'll build my name so I can publish the stories of the Sioux female warriors, true diversity done from the worst of human conditions without tearing others down." And then she responds, "Jesus, you show up screeching like a lunatic. You have zero knowledge of the topic at hand. You just believe some dumbass grifter. You got the truth pointed out, and then you cry victim. Yikes!"
That's what she does.
Like, okay, for one thing, you just said you just believe some dumbass grifter. You got the truth pointed out, and then you cry victim. What?
Exactly. Well, you want to know how I finally got blocked by Gail? You want to know what I said?
Sure.
The second time she tried to throw me under the bus to her fans, and this time didn't apologize but blocked instead.
Mm-hmm.
It was way back talking about non-gendered bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said, the first tweet I gave her was my full opinion on the whole thing, which wasn't awful. The second tweet, the continuation of that tweet was, but at least most big places do have non-gendered bathrooms. They are the family disabled bathrooms. She took the second tweet, completely didn't reply to the first one, quote tweeted that, and said, or, we could give them bathrooms so they don't have to out them, or so they can be treated like normal human beings or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. It was something. It was basically, she tried to make it where I said, try to make it out that I said, there are non-gendered bathrooms. They can just use the family bathrooms, or something. And
I think it's because you said disabled.
I didn't actually say disabled. I said
okay.
there's non-gendered bathrooms / they're called family bathrooms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're the single bathrooms is what I was saying though. Where there's not a bunch of stalls. And she said something about that being that I was dehumanizing them, and got me dogpiled. This was the second time she had done this. The first time I still have the DMs of her non-apology.
Yeah.
But this was the second time. And when I said, why did you only respond to that second bit? It has nothing to do with the whole thing. The whole thing I said and stuff like that. She quote tweeted that and said something about, do men in the comics industry have to deal with shit like this? And then I said, I don't know why you're doing this to a fan and for, and now damseling yourself with it. And she quote tweeted that with, geez, how starved for attention are you?
That's Gail.
That's Gail.
Yep.
And I said something to that, which basically I was, at that point I was done. I flat out said, this is the second time you've done this to me. Quoting me out of context is so that all of your followers, fill my feed for days. Or all of your other followers fill my feed for days.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, the first time you kind of apologized. Why are you doing it again? And she did like kind of God, you must be starved for attention, but then blocked.
Well, like I said,
and I can't remember what the other tweet was, but she made a subtweet about me, basically.
There is,
but then I blocked her back. I think
there is no way that she is incapable of having any kind of good faith discussion.
Yeah, so that is Gail's MO. That's how all of her conversations go on there. If you don't reply with "You're so right, Gail. I love you so much," then you're fodder for her to get attention.
I got to point this out. I remember when Gail would come on Chuck Dixon's boards and fight with him. I will say this. Let me do the radio edit of this for Gail. Cause he ain't no hater like you, bow down to a player that's greater than you. Don't even put yourself in the same conversation, in the same zip code, the same district, the same state, the same country as Chuck Dixon. I think Michael will back me up on that one.
Yeah.
No, sir.
This is a guy who basically crafted post-crisis Batman into what he is.
I have so many books. I was like, the other night we were talking. I went through. I said, Nightwing, year 1, Batgirl, year 1, Robin, year 1, all Chuck Dixon. He recreated those origins for those characters, and they were great. Not to mention Bane.
Yeah.
Chuck was diplomatic as ever and never took the bait. But that's because Chuck Dixon is a fucking professional.
Yes.
That's just the long short of it. Chuck Dixon's a professional. He knows how to act. But yeah. I don't
Piper, you should have just, before you just blocked, you should have just said, close his refrigerator door.
Yeah.
But then she couldn't get her snacks.
I was just kind of like, it's fine. She can definitely win most petty bitch on fucking Twitter. I am totally fine with that.
True. She's a piece of work. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Every time somebody describes a fight, or I manage to, because I don't get to see it, I'm not going to go through the trouble of going incognito just to see what Gail has to say.
Or something like that. Yeah.
So if anybody ever reads it off, though, or I get some screens, I'm like, yep, that's fucking how she does it every time.
Andy Dave Comics makes a good point. Gail wants to teach comic writing on Twitter. She doesn't have anything to say that I want to hear. Exactly.
I'm with you there, Dave. I mean, I when I finish, everybody who's ever read the script of Inglewood, there's only 2 words I hear from them. Holy shit. Like, I don't need shit from Gail Simone. And I have a feeling with Dave, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where there's new people coming in, and these last generation people want to attach themselves to it. And the problem is that nobody wants Gail Simone as a mentor.
Yeah.
Nobody that's smart.
Scott Snyder voice.
In the Scott Snyder voice. She's fat.
This fat son of a bitch coming in here, calling us all out. Been world champions plenty of times. This fat son of a bitch is call us out. Scotty, calm down, calm down. It's fat.
I loved it. I love it, love it.
I mean, we had the other night, that live stream. I think Mike and I were both in the chat for one of Ethan's live streams, and Cecil was nice enough to bless the entire chat with Steiner math.
Yes,
and it was glorious because I forgot what the conversation. It was like something about. I forgot what they were talking about. They were trying to understand the math of like some comic book thing or something like that. And so So Cecil says, guys, I figured it out. Hold on a minute. Steiner math now. Okay. We'll close out tonight with Steiner math. Hold on a minute. That in here. But yeah, the typography is because it actually explains the math.
Yeah, and it actually says it spells disaster for you.
Yeah.
Like it's really good.
Okay, let's see. Share the screen. Share the thing. Share. All right. Here we go, boys.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. If we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice.
I love Scott Steiner.
Oh my God. So good. I love it.
The great thing about that promo is P.D. Williams is trying his hardest to
Not
act
to
in
laugh.
character.
Yeah.
He's like, what is he saying?
Yeah, he's like, what is this crazy man saying? Did you ever hear P.D. Williams talk about like hanging out with Scott Steiner?
Oh, yes.
Oh man, that was like
The chicken strips is too small. Give me some bigger ones. I'm gonna go down this one-way road.
Yeah. Yeah, he said like, "You're gonna die." He said, "I'm gonna die with Scott Steiner." That's what he. But there was that one promo that you can understand a word he's saying. It was when he was coming to the arena with
Yes, the I'm hungry promo.
Yeah, the I'm hungry promo. I love that. He's just like he's talking to the dude, the guy said, "Carry on the bag." He goes, Listen, I'm doing ham and egg. You decided to do favors? I'm standing here, done redneck ass. I'm hungry. Yeah, like at one point he just goes, "Do you want a redneck?" During that, you want a redneck?
Oh man,
I love Scott Steiner. I hope he's doing better. Yeah, that incident.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in. We've been going for 2 freaking hours. Holy shit. But guys, sign up for the mailing list. Peregrine Wings of the Falcon I'm gonna I made the final decision that we will launch on April 2nd. So it is final. We're doing it, but sign up for the mailing list because there's going to be some goodies coming your way. Probably in the next few minutes, I'll be sending something out. So check your emails for that. And
I agree. Go back Oddity on Indiegogo. I just don't have the link on me right now.
Yeah, go back Oddity on Indiegogo. Go back Inglewood is still in demand. Go back or go sign up for the 3 nights, 4 days mailing list. And yes, show it again. No, we're not gonna show it again. One more for cocaine for the road. You know what? Just for the chat. Just for the chat.
Cocaine.
Thank y'all so much tonight for showing up, and we will see you tomorrow. Good night.
You save money for Black Flag too. Yeah, man, there's so much stuff coming out all the time now.
Frick yeah.
Frick yeah.
Do your bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm still